That's fucking talent right there.
Definitely, I remember everything.
I mean, it's a 50-50 toss-up, and I would have pounded your fucking fist either way.
I'll say once I graduated, I really stopped buying physical dicks.
Why can't you be like a normal person in society and sit there and shut the fuck up, man? That's the Captain Major right there. Oh my god. Freshen up. What am I, some kind of pop star, dude? It's episode 56, bitch. There you go. Freshened up. that was me stalling.
So what's up?
What episode we were on, dude?
Oh, I see you, little sneaky snake. You're trying to figure out what episode we were on?
Yeah.
There you go.
I also got my contacts in, which been a fucking long time since I've done that.
You're wearing them while you're gaming? I'm surprised you would do that.
No, I haven't played anything yet.
Oh.
I'm big chillin'.
Big chillin'?
I'm big chillin'.
Did
Watching
you go
fucking Apex.
But if you put your contacts on today, did you like leave the house today?
Yeah, I was working on my car.
Oh.
I had some shit to fix.
She
So
she purring?
It wasn't anything like major. It's just a part that I had that needed to be replaced because I do plan on selling it.
Ooh. Which one's that again?
The Charger.
The Charger?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised you're letting that go.
I can't have 3 vehicles, dude. It's too many.
Dude.
I know all the fucking young men looking out there that get their licenses. Like, I want fucking 7 cars. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
When you get them, you have to take care of those 7 cars. And then some of them you like to drive more than others, and then some of them you need to keep for other reasons. And then you're just like, dude, I just want 2.
Yeah, but if you don't have the Charger, how are you gonna live that Toretto life, dude?
I'm not living, dude. I'm fucking skinny. How am I supposed to live that Toretto life? Look at me.
Yeah, you gotta go to the gym, pump some iron, get shredded, walk around with a pipe wrench.
Yeah, sure. I'm also not tall enough.
I was gonna say I'm really concerned that my vehicle's not gonna work when I get back home.
It's sitting at home right now.
It's just sitting at home, yeah.
Did you do anything to it before you left?
I set it up so that it wouldn't freeze during the winter, and then I think
Like it's in a garage that's heated.
It's not in a garage; it's heated, but it's plugged in. And
you left it plugged in unsupervised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like my family routinely drives by the place just to make sure everything's kosher.
Okay.
And then I think I want to say it was in March or April. My dad had gone into town, so we went to go check on the vehicle and started it up, drove around with it a little bit, and then plugged it back in.
It's a good chance.
Oh, that was not even a month ago. That's even better.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was honestly thinking that it was like really earlier in the year, but I guess that was a month ago. So
I was about to be like, there's a good chance your battery's dead.
Yeah,
a real good chance. But that was only a month ago. You're good.
Yeah. But yeah, even when I quickly went there, like I want to say 2 weeks after coming here, I noticed how weird it was to drive it, just because the steering wheel on the F-150s is so much like bigger than the steering wheels on my Mazda that I was like, oh, I feel like I'm just holding like a toothpick, and like if I grip this too tight, I'm gonna snap the steering wheel.
I do like driving multiple vehicles though. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. I don't know.
Well, I've been getting in the habit of just like wanting to go for a drive on the weekend, just so I don't just so I could do something different. Like this weekend I went and drove all the way to Victoria, checked out the people looking at the fish markets there and the shore, and just drove all along it and then came back up the coastline.
It's not stalker behavior at all.
What?
You just drove by checking out the people?
Who am I stalking? The whole city?
Yeah, well, you don't say that you were checking out the people, dude.
You people watch. I don't know. Not that intently. It's just like a drive-by. Like, look at all these people.
Oh yeah, that's how it starts, bro. Starts.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna call me at like 4 a.m. and be like, "Hey, so I got a person tied up in my trunk," and I'm like, "You're on your own, dog."
No, I'm gonna be calling you as soon as you enter your house. I'm gonna be like, "I noticed you just got home." You'd be like, "How do you know that?" I'd be like, "Because I'm hiding in the bushes."
Well, there's the problem right there. You'd be like, "Hey, I just saw that you got home," and I'd be like, "Yep, you're right." And you'd be like, "Okay, it's not the answer I was waiting for."
Yeah, damn it.
And then I'd be like,
he's not freaked out.
Is that all? And you're gonna be like, "No, I'm outside in the bushes." I'll be like, "Cool, doors are locked. Have fun."
Can I eat my chicken sandwich now? Can you leave me alone?
Bro, don't come into my house. I'll kill you.
You kill me?
Warning to anyone out there. You walk into my house and I don't know you, you're dead.
But you do know me. You said you're going to kill me anyways?
Show me the proof, dude. Show me the proof.
Show me the proof.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you 56 episodes of proof.
Dude, of us online talking, bro, doesn't mean I know you.
What do you mean?
You could have fabricated this whole thing, dude. I could be talking to somebody else and you could have just like edited the shit out of it to make it seem like I'm talking to you, and you're actually just sad and alone sitting in your house.
I pre-record this portion of the conversation and then just send you a video, and then you reply to everything that I'm pretending to say.
No, you just you capture me talking, and then you cut out and put pauses in, and then add your own words in between.
That would that would look so bad. But
that would take you so long to do, too. Holy
that
shit.
would take forever, dude. Oh my gosh.
I wonder if someone's done it.
Actually,
no, there has been one. I've seen one where it's Joe Rogan meets Joe Rogan. That video where
Joe Rogan meets Ro Jogan or something like that, yeah.
Whatever the fucking guy titled it, but he like cropped together so it made it seem like Joe was talking to himself, and it wasn't like.
And it was
like there's another person across the table that was the same as him. Yeah,
that's creepy how awkward that wasn't. Like it was like, that was like a very very fluid conversation.
You're like, holy fuck.
But I mean, it makes sense too. The guy has like 1,000+ episodes. He's naturally gonna have the same or similar conversations.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is pretty funny how fluid that was.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's had conversations for thousands of hours that are recorded.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. Like, if we even got to like 100, I'd be like, man, we talk way too much.
We're gonna eventually get to 100, Matt. It's inevitable. We're on 56, dude.
I know. Yeah, I guess we're more than halfway there at this point.
Yeah. And now we're pumping them out twice a week, even faster.
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have a brand new career change, and we're going to be full-time casters, or at least podcasters.
I was going to say, there's no fucking way I could cast video games, dude. I get way too trapped in just watching that there's no way I could talk over it.
I know I've suggested to you before that we do like an experimental cast where like we just like set up a AI game and then we try to cast to it.
I could tell you one thing. I would either be surprisingly good or fucking so bad that it wouldn't be funny. Like I would either nail it or be completely horrible and like forget to talk when I'm supposed to, not know what I'm doing.
It'd be fun to do it the one time just to see like how bad we are, and then we could have like a little bit more respect to those who do cast.
Oh, I have tons of respect for people that cast. Also, I have tons of respect for like, how do you call them? Like waitresses. I was trying to think of a better fucking term.
People in the service industry?
Yeah, like service staff, I guess.
Yeah.
I always tip well because I know I could not do that job, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I know I would not want to do that job, so anybody that does do that job, I just automatically give them the level of respect that they deserve. Like, it's not like you have to do anything extra. Just be respectful.
Just don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
The shopping cart test, bro. We need to do some more shopping cart tests for people.
But I was going to say, Trent, is that if you are bad at casting, you can apparently, in the future, be able to take a casting training program via our good friend Benson. I don't know why I said that so weird. Benson.
Benbo.
Benbo. But yeah, he's back.
Someone just turned my door handle.
Okay.
Hope homie doesn't come down here because he's gonna die. But someone definitely just turned my door handle.
I mean, do you have any weapons on you?
Of course.
Okay.
This is right where I'm fucking sitting.
Okay. Well,
it's under the desk. You'll never see it, bro, and it's quick.
Well, I guess we're going to continue on with this looming threat over our heads, or I guess over your head. I don't.
Yeah, if you start seeing shadows walk around here, dude, I'm probably going to die in a few minutes.
Oh, my God. But yeah. Benbo is back.
Oh, yeah. My fucking brain just left my body, dude. Yeah. Benson announced one of his few future projects. Curious to know what the other ones are. If he's going to be casting somewhere else also, or if he's going to spend full time running this esports talent. What do you call it? Talent training facility.
He was saying that he's going to be starting. His exact words: he's going to be starting a talent development company with the aim of helping current casters with esports and helping produce new talent.
Yes, exactly. So, kids wanting to get into that will sign up for that and then seek employment. And in my opinion, like, Ben is way up there.
Yep.
The only other person I'd probably put ahead of him as to run something like this would be Puckett. Taking the course from Puckett would be insane because he was the OG and still one of the best ones we have. But Benson is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's a really neat idea. I can totally see people going to his company, getting the necessary training that certain companies want to see, and then because of his association with previous companies, he can help those people get a job, which I think is really cool. It's almost like he'd become their agent in a way, train them.
Yeah.
Get them to the standard that whatever esport they want to get involved with, get them to that standard. And then if they're good enough, then he can promote them to those companies and they may eventually end up in front of the camera, which I think is pretty neat because, I mean, up until this point, I don't even know how you would really get hired as
you get a job with
caster.
Whatever company throws events. And then you kind of express interest to your higher ups.
Yeah, because I mean, what was it? Jack's story was he got involved on the video production side of things, and then
he was an intern.
Yeah, he was an intern, and then eventually somebody got sick, and he's like, "Oh, I'll do the job," and then people liked him, and so they kept him. It's it's a cool way to get in, but it's not very secure or clear path of getting into that kind of industry.
Official, where it's hey, these are the but I mean, I don't think anything in video games right now, besides maybe the making of them and working for those development game developers, I don't think there really is a super structured way. I guess I should say esports. The video game industry, there is you go to school for game design or whatever.
Yeah. And
then you enter, and then if you're good, you get promoted and you could end up leading a team or whatever. But as far as esports with players, talent, org, any positions in orgs, there is no thing you can put on your resume really where people are oh yeah, he's the man for the job. People just kind of take a chance on you and they either like what you do or don't.
Yeah, the only thing I can really think of in terms of building a portfolio for yourself would be to either make up mock casts or anything, or sorry, record yourself casting over like current live esport events, and then just like have those on your YouTube.
Yeah, you can make a portfolio. You just have to like mute the casters and recast the game, basically. Like go over like find VODs. There's tons of VODs online. If it's truly what you want to do, you find VODs online. You just watch it and you cast over it.
Yeah, I mean, even Call of Duty would be very simple because they always post the round after, sorry, the map after, and so you can watch that if you wanted to then just cast over it. It would be nice from a live perspective to see if you could filter the casters right away, because I think that would be, at least for me, it'd be neat because there's the potential there to then host like a third party cast.
What are you saying?
Like, you know how you don't really see an example of that in real life, because even like with UFC and Fight Companion, they're not allowed to broadcast the audio from the fight, but they can still commentate over it. And so from a audience perspective, you can have Fight Companion on beside you on your phone, and then you're watching the fight on the screen, and then it's kind of like having an alternative set of casters talking about an event.
Yes.
Whereas with Call of Duty, I wonder if there would be if it would be, I'm just saying it would be neat if there was a way to like just mute casters but still hear all the gameplay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think right now the only way for you to do that is you'd have to have separate streams, and that would just cause more data requirements. But yeah. I mean,
for a second I thought you were saying there should be a way for like you to turn off casters so that somebody else could cast, and I was just like, man, they're paying these casters, why the fuck would they do that? But you're just saying the choice of having commentary or no commentary.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I'm a huge video game nerd, but watching competitive with no casting is tough. Personally.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about Call of Duty, and I fucking love competitive, but it's just fucking you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But hearing Maven scream and then Joe react, or hearing Miles make some weird reference to something that you would never think about, and you're just like, okay,
yeah,
sure. That shit kind of like makes it for me, honestly.
Yeah, definitely the casting makes it more interesting to watch, or at least
100%.
It's funny how that works, because it's like they have no influence over the actual thing that you're watching, but it's like having somebody like throw up fireworks while you're watching this thing go on, and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, because I don't think any other sport is like that. Like if you watch football and you go to the stadium, you don't hear a commentary. You only hear it on the TV.
Yeah. And then I guess
like any sport, and if big moments happen, the crowd like erupts and knows when to erupt and stuff.
But
whereas like that doesn't happen for esports.
Especially not an online event. But if it was LAN, then there would be an audience there, and then you would still have, like, if you were live with them there would be the hype moments of you reacting with the audience. So that would stay interesting. But yeah, having a straight up online event and having no casters to listen to, that would be very rough.
Have you ever watched like an event for a game you had zero knowledge on, and then you heard like people go nuts because something crazy happened and you have no fucking clue what just happened?
Oh yeah, I mean, that was the Fortnite events, that was the Valorant event.
Dude, I watched like a match of League. I had no fucking clue what was going on.
Oh yeah,
and they're just like, they're about to win here, and I'm like, how are they about to win? I don't get it. It's like, they have to do this.
There's people like, still on the map. Why? How are they winning?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, I tried to watch. Actually, I changed my answer. I tried to watch an Overwatch.
Oh yeah,
tournament, and I was like, Am I on LSD right now? Like, there's so many colors and explosions going on right now. I don't understand what is going on the screen.
Yeah.
I can see that there's this machine that they gotta take from A to B, but I don't know when you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some.
I've watched Overwatch clips. I've never watched a full match, but like, whew.
Yeah. So yeah, I do get lost when I'm not familiar with the game, but I feel like if you eventually watched a few of them, you would get it. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. You start to get an understanding.
but I also wonder too, like what percentage of people watch an esport and not actually play the game themselves? I feel like you have to play the game just to understand what's going on.
Yes and no. I guess it depends on like what it is, because I feel like there's a lot of crossover possibilities. Like, I mean, I was watching Valorant and having zero PC know-how, and I loved watching it. I thought it was dope, but I never played it.
But were you watching it in the angle of I want to understand how this game works? So you're not necessarily going there to watch a certain player perform. You're going there to kind of like learn how the game works.
Yes. I'm sorry, that confident.
Because like when we're watching Call of Duty, and it's like Dallas versus Seattle. It's like you're watching that because you want to see Octane perform, or you want to see Shotzi perform. And it's like, if you're not familiar with how Call of Duty works, then you're kind of there just to learn how the game works. You wouldn't know that Octane and Shotzi are probably the two people to watch during that match.
No, but the casters highlight that.
Yeah, casters do help out with that for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. When I watch COD, I'm not thinking about certain matchups and performances. I am just thinking about the scenarios that happen in game and how teams are going to react, and then how I would react if I was playing. So like, when certain pushes happen, or like, like the map starts and I'm like, okay, this team needs to hold this spawn. Okay, this team's going to look to break. And then I start seeing what's happening on like the mini map and shit. And I'm just like, oh shit. If they let, player 3 sneak through, like, he's going to get spawns, because Modern Warfare has the most broken spawn system ever put in Call of Duty. And that's going to completely change his shit. They have to locate this guy. And then you see his arrow just like, ooh, 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 all the way into the back. And you're like, oh shit, this is going to get weird. And then like 2 kills come in, and then the team starts spawning in, and you're just like, oh shit. So I think I watch a little differently than other people. But now I'm watching Valorant. Yeah, I was kind of like, I was watching thinking I was going to play it eventually.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, let me see kind of like what this guy's doing. Is he doing well? And taking notes, I guess.
Not physical notes, but just like
like mental notes.
You're like, okay, during an attack phase, you kind of take these routes, or you notice people occupy a certain side of the map.
Nah, just how people take gunfights, and like the mechanics on how to do some of that stuff is always a little different in game. Like, I mean, in COD, you B-hop around a corner and then go into like a slide cancel behind some cover. You will never know how to do that until you watch somebody do it. And you go, okay, I need to figure out what the fuck that guy did, because that is stupid. Whereas like other games, I mean, like I know the Call of Duty stuff because I played a shitload of Call of Duty in my life. So I know a lot of the challenges to take. I know what not to do. And there's a lot of mistakes I see like not good players do, where I'm like, you're gonna get shit on real quick. And every game's different.
Probably the biggest dynamic I have a hard time with when it comes to Valorant is deciding when should you be buying a weapon. Because yes. I did watch one video of like these guys trying to get good, and they have one person who's been playing it for like since day one, and then their other group of friends just got involved, and it was like, yeah, on this phase you don't want to buy guns yet just because you don't have enough money to get a decent gun, so buy it later. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then it was like, oh, they were getting shit on, so don't buy guns.
Yes. So, I mean, luckily with Valorant, it tells you how much money minimum you're going to have next round.
Yep.
So you know you're only trying to buy the Vandal or the Phantom, really,
Mm-hmm.
and then heavy shields. So if you can't get those, it's usually a save round that I've noticed.
Yeah.
I haven't played much, but it's like, okay, we can't get the good guns. Fuck it, dude. We'll just figure it out. So people buy like, there's kind of like a couple in betweeners that people choose from. There's certain guns that are good for certain situations, but yeah, I'm not up there enough to be given advice.
Yeah.
So don't take mine.
We'll eventually get there.
All I know is Omen looks cool, and Jet throws knives, and it's awesome.
Okay.
You look like you're deep in
Other than that, we missed this last time, which is our bad, fam. But GodRX is being replaced with Exceed.
Yeah.
Ahead of the playoffs here coming up in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I think they got it in before the roster lock, which I'm pretty sure they missed the roster lock, but it didn't fucking matter because nobody cares. I don't know. I know there was beef with that, like saying something about a roster lock being not actually on the day it was supposed to be and it being pushed, but either way, we are here now with GodRX on the bench and Exceed in for GodRX, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like they were doing pretty, like, out of the players from that roster, I thought GodRX was performing pretty well overall.
He was their MVP at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
He was my league MVP at the beginning of the year when it was LAN. I was like, this guy is unreal. And it's kind of weird now that like the meta changed away from 4 MP5s, which is like, now would be the time to bring them back. And Exceed should have went in when they went to 4 MP5s. Because Assault's going to run the main AR because he's too slow to fucking pull an MP5 out.
Yeah.
So, you know, GodRX was stuck running the MP5, and I don't think he's naturally a full-on sub player on every map. He does better in the flex role. And I mean, now you have 2 M4s, I think, on every single map. So he should be running the second M4. And I think he was.
Mm-hmm.
And their excuse was pace, which makes sense, but also in a 2 M4 setup doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they do, though.
Yeah, personally, I think it's more on the fact that, you know, GodRX was human Jesus on LAN, and since it moved online, he's kind of like struggled to hit the same form, and I think it's eating at him mentally. And with the team not performing, I don't think he's happy.
Oh, do you think he bailed versus getting dropped?
I don't think he bailed, but I don't think he was up in arms about the coaching staff thinking that he should sit. I think he was kind of like, it's probably for the best. But with what he did at the beginning of the year, the minute this league goes back to LAN, he has got a spot. Whether it's a different team or whatever. Like, nobody's going to deny him. He was an absolute freak.
Right.
Unless the new game is like crazy different, which is weird. Also, now my brain's all over the place. Thank you, Matt. I'm blaming you regardless of whatever happens, just so you know.
Sure.
It was probably you that fucking tried to get in the house right now, dude. And this is some recording that I'm talking to.
Yeah, this is me reaching into your house.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it didn't make any noise there, so you fucked up. But yeah, it's weird that we're now into August. I now have to wear a mask inside of public places by law. Thank you, Edmonton. But it's August, dude, and we've got no info on the new COD, which is very strange for Activision to let happen. we know the name and we've seen like the branding for the title. But
Yeah, because that got leaked by Doritos.
yes, but E3 normally happens in July or June.
I think it normally happens in July.
And there's usually a Call of Duty thing in there where they do a trailer, and then I'm pretty sure betas are always in August.
Well, I think number one, I think the whole thing that happened with E3 is like I didn't watch the video, but I did see something where it was suggested that E3 might forever be done, as in we no longer get an E3, just because too many of the big league guys are just hosting their own online presentations.
That's true.
That E3 is no longer justified, or you can't afford it. So
seeing all the big dogs compete at the same thing is dope, because you have to bring the fire. Where it's like, I've for the past couple years I've watched like the Bethesda reveal, and they just fucking announced Skyrim on everything.
Yeah,
that's it.
We're gonna put Skyrim. We're gonna put Skyrim on the Astros now.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we got Fallout shit coming. That's one of their big ones. They're like, we're working on some new shit that we can't tell you about yet. Our phone game is dope, and fuck you, Skyrim, and they just put it in your face, dude. And just on another platform. Dude, the game's like 8 years old now.
You could play Skyrim on your shoe.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Like, we're putting screens in our shoes now, so you can play Skyrim 24/7. You're just like, dude, shut up. So, like, I feel like with the devs having their own shit, it's kind of like watered down, where they're not bringing the fire as much, and it's like a 2-hour presentation for something you only give a fuck about for 15 minutes.
Or you only give a fuck about 15 minutes of that 2-hour presentation, because it's certain devices or certain games that you're looking for, and then the rest are I don't care.
Hey, that's what I just said, dude.
No, the way you said it kind of suggested that like after 15 minutes you lose, you don't pay attention. It's more like throughout that 2-hour event, there's only certain points of it that you're paying attention to.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry if it was lost in interpretation, but yeah, they have a 2-hour presentation, and I only give a fuck about 15 minutes of that 2 hours.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I meant.
But yeah, it's no, like I totally agree with you. Like E3 used to be the event that I go, okay, which console am I gonna support? Because it's like PlayStation will do their thing, and then Xbox will do theirs, and it's like, okay, well, whose was better? Who had a better showcase of games that are going to be available? Whose price is better? And then you can kind of make a call.
Yeah, and then seeing like the publishers have their own thing, it's like, okay, what's EA going to do? What's Activision going to do? And you're kind of like, all right, okay.
Well, because now we're in a situation where both consoles look viable, but neither of them have dropped their price yet.
That's true.
Which could be a good thing for us, because we might just get like a fucking $399 console in November, because they're too scared to put a serious price out there.
Well, it was like the same thing with that Xbox event that happened, the game showcase or whatever.
Yeah.
The big sell thing was Halo's gameplay. People are like, holy shit, we're finally going to see Halo Infinite run.
Yeah.
Like, all we saw before was the image of it saying Halo Infinite. We're like, ooh, Halo Infinite, cool. Now we're actually going to get to see guns be shot or whatever is happening. And I was talking to a friend while we were watching, and I was like, if you're structuring this showcase, do you launch it? Like, where do you put Halo is what my thought was, because people are waiting for Halo. People like, that's what people are tuning in for immediately, because that's what you fucking advertise the most. There's a couple other ones that people might want to see, but the meat and potatoes of it is Halo. And I understand a little bit on how these companies market their games and shit, and I was like, I would not be surprised if Halo is the last thing they show, just so you have to sit there and see all of this shit before Halo. And then the minute the showcase started, the Halo shit started, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
they're starting with it, dude. The balls.
Yeah, we talked about this last time, but yeah, no, it was like, yeah, it's appreciated that they threw out what people wanted to see early, and so if you wanted to, you could fuck off from that point, especially because.
And I'm sure a lot of people did. I didn't watch the number, but I'm sure a lot of people did.
And it's probably smarter on their end because then they could promote a larger number of viewers during that portion. Because if you were to leave it to last,
it might trail off.
You might trail off, exactly.
Yep.
So
people are like, "Oh, I'll just wait till it's on YouTube or whatever the fuck people say."
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So I think it was a smart move on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know what is also a smart move, or at least might be? We'll have to see. Is obviously Warzone Season 5 is going to start soon.
Yep.
For people who are avid players.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 5. Not Warzone Season 5. Call of Duty Season 5.
It says Modern Warfare and Warzone Season 5.
Yes.
So just Call of Duty Season 5. Yes. Okay.
Why you act like the rest of the game don't matter, dog?
According to Twitter, the rest of the game don't matter.
I mean, that's kind of where I was trying to bait you into, but
yeah.
You're right. They only give a fuck about Warzone.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how like verbally violent people will get over like this game would be dead with a Warzone. It's like first off, relax, because any game you would have got aborted before it even was released to the public. So stop talking shit about AAA titles being dead.
Don't like how you said aborted, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, no, and that comment is directly thrown to people who make ridiculous comments about AAA titles being dead within the first year. Like, really,
dude, when people say dead game, I get so fucking mad.
Like, the only real dead game to ever exist was fucking Anthem. Anthem was literally died. It literally fucking died.
It died.
Okay, that's the only example that I've ever seen of a game actually dying.
Dude, people go into like the competitive, like whatever streaming, if it's a YouTube or a Twitch, they go into the chat of the fucking tournament organizers thing and say, this is a dead game. And it's like, hey, you're in here.
You're in here with 50,000 other people.
Not even, like, but I'm like, you're in here.
Yeah.
How is it dead?
There's
a league or whatever tournament being run on this game, and you're watching. How is it dead?
Yeah, because you're keeping it alive, bro.
Exactly. If you seriously think it's dead, you wouldn't pay attention.
Exactly. But so I guess it's going to be launching here on the 4th. And with that, there is going to be another massive update. But apparently, somehow, I'm not sure how this works, there is going to be a massive update, but then the console versions of the game are going to get optimized so that they're smaller than they currently are now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means that, like, because you mentioned offline before that there was tutorials of people showing you to uninstall certain game modes to help keep the file size down, like Spec Ops or whatever.
Yeah, so you can like go in and manually like not have campaign or Spec Ops installed and only have multiplayer Warzone, so that your file size is small, so that you can have other games. Because Modern Warfare's file size right now is like, I think 200 gigs.
Is it 200?
On my PS4? Yeah, I think it's like 192 or some shit. It is ridiculous. And I know we were laughing because Destiny's doing like a similar thing where they're like vaulting content to make the game smaller, and it's like half the size of that game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, we made the jokes before where Modern Warfare was like, we're going to try to take all your storage space so that you can have no other games installed.
Hey, our player base is huge because we can't have anything else installed.
Yeah, it's so funny. But
I wonder how they do that. How they condense them. That's weird.
They could do a couple things. They could make that situation permanent, where it's like when you go for updates, maybe it'll ask you, "Hey, would you like to keep the following items installed? If not, we can limit your space." And you could probably pick like, okay, uninstall campaign, uninstall Spec Ops. Like, they're probably gonna have a system for that.
No, I get that. I'm saying, but like having all the content and then just like you said, condensing it. That's crazy to me because hey, do that at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
make it as small as possible.
If you're gonna make it smaller, you're optimizing your game somehow, and that means that you're cleaning up file paths or cleaning up just data paths in your code to make that less of a need on your game. So I worry now that they might have fucked with some code. So once this update comes out, you might want to play multiplayer and see if anything changed, because
fuck that. Every time I load up that game, do I think my PlayStation's about to explode?
I don't understand programming enough, but to optimize your full game so that it's currently smaller than what it is now almost sounds like you redid the code for it.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of code.
Yeah.
Hey, while you're in there, tweak some of this shit. You know?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be able to die, hit start, and see where the other team is.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll fix that. Maybe that'll indirectly be fixed.
They have to going into Champs, dude. If that is not fixed, Champs is... If it didn't have an asterisk before because of online, it's going to have one now. Because cheating.
They're gonna call this title the asterisk title, and the ring is actually gonna have an asterisk on it.
That would be amazing. Like Champs with just the fucking thing beside it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just gotta keep trucking through this year, and then hopefully next year's better. I mean, there's already rumors that we're gonna have 3 online events. Hopefully, we get more if this COVID situation gets better, which it might. I've heard rumors that Oxford is already looking to distribute its first batch of vaccines, and then I think the states are in stage 3 of trials, which is getting ready to start distributing to people.
Ayo.
So we're getting there. Actually, I brought it up I was bringing it up yesterday with my parents. Do you think that the first set of vaccines should go to like homeless people?
No. Why would it?
My case was, you don't know how it's going to react. Give it to the homeless people. If something happens, it happens.
For human trials, sure. We can be pieces of shit. But when they release the vaccine, it will already have had human trial testing, so it will be fine.
Okay, as long as that's what that means.
Well, yeah, what they do is they started on animals, started on lab rats.
Yeah.
If the lab rats go well, they have to have like multiple tests run well for the rats.
They go from like
then
rats to pigs to monkeys.
No, I think then they go straight to humans, dude.
Yeah.
Or some shit. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I know you have to have human trials before you can release it to everybody.
I thought they went from rats to pigs just because they would have to test how it reacts to skin tissue and blood, because I think we have very similar skin tissue and blood than like pigs. So they will. And then from there, I don't know if they actually test monkeys. That was just making a joke. You want to know
what I do know? Is once again, we have talked way too much.
Of course.
So there's that.
There is that. Yes. So we could at least wrap this up now, so it's definitely not 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we could be proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we didn't go over 40 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So let's just keep talking for 15 minutes?
No. That's what we've done every single time, dude. And now we're talking about fucking pigs and shit.
Oh, I want people to like yell at us in the comments like, you guys make 40-minute videos of you talking about nothing. And I'd be like, yep.
Pretty much. We come in with an agenda and we never follow it.
Yes, we did. At least this episode we did.
Yeah, we talked about Benson and GodRX.
Yeah, and then I talked about the update.
Yeah.
And then we talked about some other stuff. I mean, it's not my fault they're not finishing Champs this weekend.
That's true. You know what, dude? It could be your fault.
We still got 20 fucking days.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is it could have been your fault, dude. You could have started a COVID and had no fucking clue.
Maybe I did.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Throw that nade, Trent. Shh.
For the record, Matt was talking about killing homeless people.
Yeah, I totally was.